Hey Hector, this is Carly again. I didn't make a video Monday night because I was, trying to get home and whatnot, and it was super windy and there was a lightning storm, and there's no rain. It was just like extremely windy, and yeah, I just saw a whole bunch of lightning in the distance. I never heard any thunder, and then after I was home and I had been home for a while, then I started hearing thunder, and then the rain eventually came. We had a huge thunderstorm. It was really nice, but yesterday I didn't have any school, so I just relaxed and slept a lot of the day away. But I did see a movie with my mom and sisters. It was just an on-demand kind of movie, so we didn't go to an actual movie theater. We saw I Feel Pretty with Amy Schumer. The movie was not good, and there were many reasons why I felt that way. Just to quickly tell you a few. One was it was very unrealistic. It just was not a convincing storyline to begin with, or good enough to, want to buy the movie, even if, the storyline wasn't the best. It was just a purely garbage storyline in how certain events unfold and whatnot. But there were parts that were funny, and I did laugh, and I was like, that's pretty funny. All right. And I kind of liked, and I just thought was like quirky or kind of funny. But a lot of it was just like, it felt like trying too much. Trying to like have emotion when there wasn't any. Trying to like be funny when it really was just more like, oh, I see what you're doing, and because I do, I don't see it as good. Like when you see someone who's trying to be funny and the jokes really aren't landing, you're just like, this is more awkward. This doesn't, you don't look funny. It just looks more like desperation. And that's what it just looked like to me, is that like comedy came off as desperately trying to be funny, and then the storyline was trying to try and portray this message, which wasn't horrible, but it just, like I said, it was just too unrealistic. You can't get into something where you're just like, dude, that would never happen. It would be extremely rare if it ever did, but I just cannot believe that that would truly ever be something that could possibly happen. That would be a publicity stunt more than anything, just to be like, yeah, but it would never be genuine or real. And so it was hard to enjoy it. I mean, she sees the movie Big one night, and she's like, I'll tell you a quick synopsis, okay? So it's about, feeling like shit in your own body. Like, you don't appreciate your body, you don't like it, there's so many things that are flawed about it, and you just don't like it, and you feel insecure, and you just feel ashamed and embarrassed of it, and you just think that, pretty girls don't go through problems and don't have issues, but you're the only one that does, and that their life is perfect and they have such a great time, and everybody thinks they're attractive and everybody loves them, and they just get everything for free, and just, all this other stuff. And, if you're unattractive, you get all the crap. You get nobody wants you, and da-da-da-da-da, so on and so forth. And then she ends up, going through this stuff where she's just feeling like crap, and she's just getting tired of, like, online dating stuff, and she's with her friends, and she's like, I'm tired of it because they don't really care about like your personal profile or what you put. They just really care about the image. If you're attractive, they want you. If not, they won't even bother reading your profile. Like, it doesn't matter. No one's gonna care. And so she goes, I'm just sick and tired of like crap like that where no one really wants to know you. They just want to see how good looking you are. And I'm tired of that. And I mean, there were some valid points. I was like, well, yeah, like I do agree with that. Like, nobody cares about the inside, they care about the outside. So like I said, there were valid points. There were really good things that I was like, yeah, that's happened. And that's pretty true from experience or what I've heard and other people that have experienced it. And I was just like, okay, like, I get that. But there's just, like, what ends up happening, she starts watching the movie Big with Tom Hanks. And in that movie, like, he's a little kid and he goes to like this little magic box that has a genie inside, and you put like a quarter in, and it's supposed to tell you, like, give you like a future kind of thing, or like whatever, a wish, I think it was. It gives you a wish and then you just wish for something. And he does as a little kid that he was grown up, and then it actually happens, and then da 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 da, so on and so forth. So, he is, or not he, she, Amy Schumer, she decides to go to a fountain with a coin and throw it in and say, I wish it was pretty. And, of course nothing happens. And she's just like, oh man, I feel like crap. I thought it would happen immediately, whatever. Next day, she's on like the little bikes and she falls off of it while being enthusiastic about cycling. And she ends up falling and hitting her head really hard, and then her hair gets stuck in one of the wheels, and then she like rips it out, and then she's like passes out afterwards. And then she wakes up and she's like, oh my gosh, like, what the crap happened? And they're like, yeah, you fell and da 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 da, and this happened. And then she starts looking at her arms and her body, and she's like, whoa, you feel that? Oh my gosh, like. And then she looks at herself in the mirror. She goes, that's me? Oh my gosh, I'm beautiful. Like, and she sees herself in a completely different way. Like, I'm so attractive, like, and whatnot. But I thought it was like, like a really freaky accident happened. And I'm just happy, like, to be alive. And, like, not saying like she would have died, but like, when an injury happens to you that's on the traumatic side, or it can be traumatic for some people, especially since it was like public embarrassment, and then like you're just like really hurt and you're in a place where you feel vulnerable because you're working out, trying to lose weight and all that. It's just, you would be like, you know what, like, I'm just happy that I'm okay and nothing is serious. And, I'm just gonna be appreciative of right now of what I have, because, I just, almost like, I like could have really hurt myself and trying to work out, which is crazy. But anyways, I'll make a part 2 real quick. But then I have to go and shower, so